What's going on, Spurs Nation? This is my pre-game prediction against the Los Angeles Clippers. Um, According to MSN, we got some great news. Keldon Johnson and Vassell will be in the lineup. So to touch on the injury report, or more on the injury report, Zach Collins is questionable with a heel. Romeo Langford questionable with a toe. Isaiah Roby questionable with illness, and obviously Blake Wesley's going to be out for some time. So having Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson is back on the floor at the together is a huge boost. I said they averaged around 43 points per game combined, but according to MSN, they was much more vital than that because they had the duo responsible for 67.5 points per game between not only scoring, but with distribution, like facilitating. So that was a huge boost. Looking back at Toronto, it's I expected us to lose that game, but this is the reason why I expected us to lose this game. Having those two players out was a huge ask, but it's still unacceptable for a professional team to get, blown off the floor like that. To be losing by 48 points at one point in that game is unacceptable. And I think the reason why is because I believe the energy wasn't there on defense. We turned the ball over, and that's something that plagued us all season. We just got away with it. I don't know what the average is, but I'm pretty sure we average around 15 to 16 or probably even more turnovers. And I think that necessarily we need that to be around 12 to 13 because obviously it's a young team, so we're going to turn the ball over. But to get around 12 to 13 turnovers, and also I noticed these turnovers come in bunches. It doesn't just, come spread out through the four quarters. I remember one game we had 12 turnovers total. You probably look at that, oh, that's good. But we turned the ball, 7 of those 12 turnovers happened in one quarter. In the last game, I think we had around 8 turnovers in one quarter, 7 to 8 turnovers again in one quarter. I don't know if it was the second or third. But that's a whole bunch of turnovers at one point in time. If you're playing against a good team who can convert those turnovers into points, then you're in trouble. And I think that's what happened to us against Toronto Raptors. This is a good team. We didn't play high energy defense, and we was turning the ball over, and they was turning those turnovers into points. And we wasn't shooting the ball well to keep us in it, and we just got blown off the floor. So looking ahead to this game against the Clippers, with Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson back, that's a huge boost. The Clippers injury report, they have Kawhi Leonard out with a knee. That's a huge thing there. And Robert Covington is a game time decision with illness. Clippers is not really they're not really in rhythm right now so far this year. They 4-4. They I think averaging around 31% from the 3-point line. So they're not really a good 3-point shooting team. But again, they can get hot against us, and that would be bad news, wouldn't it? So let's not hope they get hot against us. And Paul George been inconsistent. He's been playing well for the stretch of wins they had. I remember 40, around 30. I can't remember the other. But in other games, he was putting up less than 20. So he's been kind of inconsistent, but he's a good player. That's still a dangerous player. He was I think a 7-time All-Star for a reason, because the guy can put the ball in a hole. So he's still a dangerous threat, offensively and defensively. And but at the end of the day, I still think this game is for the taking. I still think this game for the taking. The Clippers is not really hitting in all cylinders. And I think if we come out here with our floor leaders, definitely Keldon Johnson, I think our energy will be greater than it was against Toronto. And I think that we're going to want to get some redemption. It just so happened that we're going to take out take out that anger on the Los Angeles Clippers, as we should. We can't go back and play Toronto again. So the next team got to, they got to feel it. They got to feel it. And I think Keldon Johnson and them is going to step on that floor like, okay, this is a game we have to win. The energy is going to be up. The attacking is going to be up. The ball movement is going to be crisp. Hopefully we can still get those turnovers to be, a little bit lower than they have been so far this season. But having those two on the floor, definitely Vassell on the offense and defensive end, I think he's a good defender, and I don't think his name gets spoken about in the media enough, but he is a good defender. So I predict that we edge out this game. I think it's going to be a close game going towards the end, and we're going to edge it out. So that's my prediction. I'll be back on here for the post game, as I always do. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, do all that, whatever you like to do. Don't listen to me. Do whatever you like to do. Peace and blessings.